Welcome to the module on fixed mindset versus growth mindset. Now, you're here in this program, which shows me that you have a growth mindset, yet I guarantee there are aspects of the fixed mindset that might creep in sometimes. So I just want to make sure that we cover this so we can identify when it's happening. And here's why a growth mindset is important on your journey to letting your most authentic self lead. So it's not about just learning new skills, it's about shifting how you view yourself and your potential and your failures. So in this module, we're going to explore how adopting a growth mindset can unlock new possibilities. It can deepen your authenticity, and it can help you move through the phases of the spark cycle with confidence and resilience. And you will hear me reference different lessons throughout all of these trainings. So if you haven't watched the spark cycle yet, you can watch that one next. Let's start with some definitions. So a fixed mindset is the belief that abilities are static, leading to avoidance of challenges and fear of failure. Whereas a growth mindset is the belief that abilities can develop through effort, learning, and persistence. And I want to tell you a quick story about this. So since we're in Ireland, my husband has had an amazing opportunity to play golf here, near the birthplace of golf, which is in Scotland. And when he first started playing, he was terrible and he was embarrassed, right, to go out there on the course. But over time, he got a golf membership and he was devoted to improving his practice. And this past year, he ended up winning competitions and he's playing all the time and he's improving and getting better and better. And so he really adopted this growth mindset. And now when he goes out on the course, sometimes he plays with other people who believe they should be really good at golf, even when they don't play all the time. Okay, so they believe that the abilities are static instead of believing that abilities can develop. And they're telling themselves that they're just not good at golf, right? Whereas my husband wasn't good at golf, but he developed through effort, learning, and persistence. So that's just an example of how this fixed mindset can show up in a sport, but it also shows up in our businesses. Another story is when I did a lot of business coaching around systems and tech, there was a belief that I'm not good at tech. And that's a fixed mindset because nobody's good at a technical program when they're first learning it, right? We have to learn about it. We have to use it consistently. We have to be persistent and develop. So again, that's just another example of how a fixed mindset can show up. Whereas when we adopt a growth mindset, it's I'm willing to learn. Now, it's required as we're on this path, this journey to authenticity, it's essential for you to believe that you can evolve and give yourself permission to explore your true self without fear of failure. Failure is feedback. So here are the key differences between a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. We're going to talk about the aspects and then each one here. So when it comes to the view of abilities, right, think back to the golf example and the tech example. A fixed mindset says that it's static. I'm just not good at tech, right? It's unchangeable. Whereas a growth mindset says it's dynamic and capable of development, right? I can develop my abilities over time. When it comes to responding to challenges, a fixed mindset avoids to protect self-image. And we're going to talk about this in the psychological immune system module, right? It's protecting your status. You don't want to look silly. You don't want to make a fool of yourself. But that's also a fixed mindset. Whereas a growth mindset embraces opportunities to learn and grow from those challenges. In response to feedback, a fixed mindset says feedback is pointless and unnecessary, whereas a growth mindset says feedback is essential for mastery. Think about athletes, right? They're working with a coach so that they can tweak these little things, get feedback on how they position their feet on the balance beam, right? They're getting feedback all the time for growth and mastery. The attitude towards failure. So, with a fixed mindset, failure is debilitating. Debilitating. There we go. Failure is paralyzing, right? That's a fixed mindset, again, because it's going to come back to that self-image. We're going to talk about that in the psychological immune system module. Whereas a growth mindset accepts as a learning opportunity. Failure is a learning opportunity. Failure is feedback. And it's so important for your own growth and development. So, recognizing fixed mindset triggers. Here are some common thoughts that you might be having. I'm just not good at this, like the tech piece, right? I'll never figure it out. If I fail, I'll look foolish. If these are the thoughts that you're having, we want to look at the OODA loop, right? What's your orientation so that we can orient you toward the growth mindset? So, an activity is for you to identify any fixed mindset triggers that might be showing up. Think of an area where you're feeling stuck or hesitant. What are the thoughts or beliefs that arise? And are they tied to the fear of judgment or something like, if I fail, I'll look foolish, or discomfort, or I'm just not good at this? If those are the thoughts that you're having, go to the OODA loop, right? We need to reorient those thoughts. Now, also in the psychological immune system module, we're going to talk about your core longings. So you can ask yourself, what is at threat here? Is there a part of your core longings that might be influencing these thoughts, right? Is it going to threaten my sense of safety? Is it my perceived sense of safety or belonging that might be at threat here? Next, we're going to talk about some strategies to cultivate a growth mindset. Remember, failure is feedback. View setbacks as opportunities to learn, right? What can I learn from this? What did this teach me? How am I growing here? And using strategy number 2, using yet language. So adding something like, I can't do this yet can be really helpful. So again, we don't want to bypass when we're like, oh, this is really hard. I can't do this. Just adding that word yet breathes room for growth. Reframing limiting beliefs using affirmations tied to authenticity and growth, right? I can't do this yet. Or may I be able to do this soon, right? Giving a little bit of spaciousness for you to grow instead of that very fixed container or a box of, I can't do this. Strategy 3 is about visualizing success using mental rehearsal, right? There's a whole module on mental rehearsal. So practice visualizing your success in these areas. And then tapping back into your spark, your why, the excitement behind why you are pursuing this goal, why you're pursuing authenticity, right? That's where we started in this program. Why does this matter? And if you are struggling with this, bring this to the Facebook group so that you can receive some support and coaching around it. Here are some practical applications for your growth mindset in action. So using these strategies in situations like having a difficult conversation, right? Approach difficult conversations as opportunities to grow. I'll never forget when I had to fire someone for the first time. It was very difficult conversation, but it was also an opportunity for me to learn my authentic way to do that and to grow. Learning a new skill, right? Just like we were talking about with golf or learning something technical or, doing a Facebook Live if you have your own business. That's something that you can practice over time. Setting authentic boundaries, right? This is a big area for a growth mindset, right? You might try and fail at it a couple of times, and that is totally okay, right? What am I learning each time that I go to set a boundary and I feel like I can't succeed at it? We really want to adopt that growth mindset. So a reflection exercise that you can do here is to write down one area, right, where you want to apply a growth mindset this week. And what is one small step that you will take? Come and share that in the Facebook group. And with a growth mindset, every step, every stumble, every breakthrough brings you closer to your most authentic self.